Massachusetts. It's the Tufts Jumbos against the Emmanuel Saints. Charlie Driver, what an exciting game. We had a great one last Saturday, and I
believe 2 straight. Get a break.
That's right. On Saturday, we saw Tufts play Connecticut College. The Camels had beaten Tufts early. Tufts.
Yeah, and it'll be from they face this year.
Yeah, so look forward to that, folks. Should be an exciting one as we pause for the national anthem here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, on the campus of Tufts University for tonight's non-conference basketball game between the host Tufts University Jumbos. At this time, we ask you to please rise and remove your caps to honor America as we play our
Higgins, they're leading.
Which it seems to be enough games.
Here.
Lead in points on Saturday for the Jumbos with 13. Powell shall have to take it to the latter stage.
Number 15.
Second with 28 to North's 29. And
Baptista ball we saw 3 weeks ago. Tufts at college. Michaela North.
Compared to Michaela North with the 29. But the steal total for the leaders is much higher for Emmanuel. So look for them to keep the ball, to try and win the ball around the perimeter rather than at the post.
Emma Roberson wins the tip. As we see Dylan calling out a play. It is a 2-3 zone from Emmanuel here. Tufts passing it around the outside. Dylan goes inside to Baptista. Here's Brooks at the point. Getting it inside to North here. She can lose 13 on the
easy as we'll see it all day. And you can see the Tufts, compared to the zone for Emmanuel, is playing a man-to-man defense or a woman-to-woman defense.
That's exactly right. I mean, we don't mean to be gendered here at JumboCast, but sometimes it just has to happen that way. We saw Emmanuel College go into a press there on the inbounds. Look for them to do that on
ball movement. That's
off for North. Takes the ball up court. Looks like a foul on the perimeter from Emma Roberson.
I think she didn't set herself well enough for that. Got called for obstruction.
That's right. Saturday against Connecticut. Here comes Dylan, quick, trying to post. Here's Brooks on the right. It's a 2-on-1 play by Lauren Dillon.
And Lauren Dillon seems to have the ball go off her feet and out of bounds. Right. She's getting very good at it.
That's right, Charlie. She's quite the acrobat with her feet. Here off the inbounds play, Tufts switches the screen. Higgins going to the hoop, that won't go. 2,
half against Connecticut College, and it came back to bite them. And we've already 2 here, which is an improvement on that first half. And Emmanuel, it should be noted, won their game 85-61 last Saturday against Revier. And they've had a very good season. They're scoring a whole lot of points a game, around 72 points per game, which is back is not as strong.
Had success against
get to 700.
The Saints. You like to see a coach get into the action.
You do, and it's great to just see them having as much fun on the touchline, or, well, not necessarily as much fun, but being as into the game as the players are.
Shot is blocked by Roberson. Here comes Dylan the other way. She's done a nice job facilitating the fast. Takes a tumble. That'll be
from open play yet.
Yeah, that last foul, I want to get into foul trouble. Here's a 3 from Tufts.
And I think you can see the amount of focus that they're putting into Michaela North and Melissa Baptista near the basket is opening a lot of space for Lauren Dillon, Emma Roberson, and Nicole Brooks is the 3 guards for Tufts.
That's right. A nice spin move. It won't go, though.
Not someone we're used. We've had a 6-0 run recently with those 2.
McCarthy, the reserve center. She's got 3 inches on her starting. Mary McCarthy.
Is it a nice
for you. Michaela.
That job, but they just haven't been able to. Well, that's not what I mean. Tufts has been able to minimize those, playing perhaps a less efficient defense in this Saints defense, and meanwhile, Tufts seems to be just much more than the Saints ever bargained for.
That's right. North wide open down low. She misses the layup, gets her own rebound.
We seem to
more like one animated sideline. It's another
game is just slipping away from them. They had it tied up at 4-4, and they've just let up 8 consecutive points to this Jumbo's offense.
Yeah. That's a little too strong.
They're down so much. She can get a shot off from anywhere, and we've seen that time and time again.
That's a tough mark for Mary McCarthy, the freshman. So far, Kayla North has her number. We'll see how that continues, though.
That could also be a case of experience, as you mentioned, a freshman matching up against a junior who has had a lot of experience going to 2 consecutive Final Fours as she makes that free throw. And that could be just a source of excuse.
Well, McCarthy.
Number 11.
That's right. Here's Delphonse, the point guard. And another substitute. Jen Chalk will be substituted out. That'll be number 30, Alexis Izell. Won't go.
Against a team.
Top. A blowout early. Let's see if Andy Yosanov and the Saints can make a gain of it.
And there's still 3 minutes for them to put more points up on the board, whether it's a 3, like we've seen a lot of, or whether it's just free throws by Michaela North.
Right now, Charlie, you got to say this is a game of emotion for Emmanuel. They can't get down here. They have to stay focused.
And that's a hard thing to do. It's hard to keep your focus in a game when it really isn't going your way. But this team has some experience on it, and hopefully those experienced players will be able to get them in the swing of things.
That's right. Not a good start here from the Saints. Delphonse loses it out of bounds. Tough defense from Lauren Dillon.
You saw Izell try and set a pick, but it seemed to just kind of throw off the Emmanuel offense there. A little bit of a collision, maybe.
Yep. Here comes Dillon charging into the front court. She keeps the dribble alive.
And it looks like Michelle Wu's come into this game.
Yep. Michelle Wu handling the ball into the paint. Here's Josie Lee up top. Wu setting a screen. Driving into the middle. Ball's tipped away, but a foul called.
Yeah. And that's what they're just forcing. They're forcing open shots and they're forcing fouls, and they've had so much success, Tufts, as a result of that. And it's now up to a 13-0 run, and it could go up to 15 by the end of this. By the end of these 2 shots.
That's right. The first one goes from Josie Lee. Here comes Maura Folliard, number 30. She'll body up Mary McCarthy on defense here, and Devin Rao back in for Emmanuel. Second is no good here. Rebound by Izell. Let's see if Sarah Higgins and the Saints can get something going on offense. Lots of turnovers recently. They try a double screen here. Higgins has an open layup. Foul called on the floor.
And Sarah Higgins, 14.4 points per game average. She's not had any points so far now. So it's really a worst-case scenario for Andy Yosanov and his team now.
Yep. Saints should look to their senior leader here, Higgins, for support. Let's see if she can put in the foul shot. She does.
And there's some points on the board, and those are badly needed for Emmanuel in order to try and get back into this game and try and get some confidence back amongst this team, because they've been making a lot of mistakes, and you can peg that down to Tufts jumping out early and kind of losing confidence and trying to do more. And in trying to do more and trying to do too much, they've had a lot of easy turnovers that have resulted in a lot of jumbo points here in this first quarter.
That's right, and the press hasn't been working either. Tufts moving the ball easily into the front court here. Wu has it along the baseline. Motioning around for the offense.
And
Dillon cuts into the paint.
A lot of overlapping runs by this Tufts team, as we see the turnover there. A play more.
Here comes Emmanuel, but a travel. Wow.
And see, Emmanuel had a chance to take advantage of some Tufts play that was more reminiscent of the Saints this quarter. But then we saw another one of just a turnover that you don't want to see.
Yeah, a nice steal by Maddie McLaughlin, but you gotta handle the ball as we see Michelle Wu coming here on the offensive side. Here's the 5th three from Tufts. Will that one go? Just barely. No, I thought it was going to trickle in for a second there, Charlie.
With the way this game is going, you would think that would go in from
You
there.
might think so. Here's Azell on the block. Nice move. It's a travel. Excuse me, offensive foul there. Azell lowered the shoulder, says referee.
And whatever they try, the Saints, nothing has been working in this quarter.
That's tough. I mean, I liked the move from Azell, a nice aggressive move. When you're turning the ball over, that's exactly what you want your players to be doing, going hard to the hole. She does just that, and it fires back against you. It's just one of those days, I guess.
Yeah, and when you're going to make a good move like that and you have a good opportunity to score, the last thing you want to do is get an offensive foul in that situation.
So the Saints here, another press, yields no results. Josie Lee down to Fulliard, who will shoot along the baseline. It's good. Easy as you like from Fulliard. I like that quick
Another
release.
open shot, another easy 2 or 3 points for the Tufts Jumbos here.
Yep.
And that's even with, you can see, Lauren Dillon and Michelle Wu are not having the greatest partnership here in terms of passing interplay. We've seen a few miscommunications. We've seen a turnover already. But that doesn't matter when the Saints are just making mistakes in the attacking third.
Yep, Jen Chalk just missed an open layup. She was calling for the foul. Looked like one from here, but no call. Josie Lee on the free throw line with an open look, won't take it. Fulliard from outside. That's off the back rim.
And it seems
Here
like
come the Saints.
Seems like every Jumbo wants a chance at getting their 3 points in
That's
today
right.
and padding their stats. And another kick save from Dillon.
Nice job. She's good at those.
Checking in for Tufts, number 3, Jacqueline Knapp.
And that's the freshman Jacqueline Knapp come in. And we're seeing Andy
Andy
Osinoff, like this Emmanuel team, visibly distraught at the way things have gone here in this first quarter with under a minute remaining.
Yeah, he was letting the referee have it after that, what he saw as a missed foul call on Jen Chalk. Let's see if they can get it back to the Chalk here. She looks like she's got a mismatch on Michelle Wu down low. Fulliard giving help, though.
Fouls or no fouls, though.
Yep.
You have to finish these shots.
Here's Chalk. Open in the middle, blocked by Wu. Get out of town, says Michelle Wu.
Michelle Wu, not who you expect near the basket to be making a big block, but she comes up with one there.
Yeah, Jen Chalk, she had thought she had a mismatch, but Michelle Wu saw another thing coming as Tufts gets another steal.
There's Knapp on the tip on that pass.
Yep. Here's Dillon orchestrating the offense. Wide open for 3. Here's Tufts. That's Katie Hicks from downtown. Tufts' 5th 3 on the night.
And we had a snowstorm on Saturday when we called that game, but the forecast today is just 3-pointers raining in.
The forecast is for rain today, as far as the Jumbos are concerned. Chalk misses long. Rebound here. Won't go. That's an open layup. Emmanuel needs to hit that.
That's again and again and again shots that Emmanuel should be making and shots they're taking and missing.
Yeah, that looked like number 3 for Emmanuel. Ryan Maynard. Her first time in the game today. Maybe she's a little cold off the bench. Checking into the game. We have Talia Roth for the Saints. See what they do off this inbounds play.
And already 6.
Tufts 23, Emmanuel 6.
And it's not looking like the great game that we necessarily spoke about at the beginning, although there is still time. But this has been all Jumbos this quarter. The Saints have had no say in this game. They jumped out to a 4-4 tie early on, but then Tufts went on a huge run, just raining threes in from far out and getting free throws and making twos and making the shots that Emmanuel couldn't make the entire quarter.
That's right. What do you think Andy Osinoff is saying to his players right now, Charlie? How are they going to get back in this game?
I think they don't have any confidence right now. If you suffer a 23-6 quarter, you're not going to have a lot of confidence. Andy Osinoff is probably driving in the fact that, hey, you're a 14-4 team. You're scoring 72.6 points a game. Sure, the conferences don't necessarily match up, and you haven't played this team in a long time, and you lost to them last time, but you have the talent to do this. He's gonna work to build the confidence for this team, and if you look now, he's having a chat with the referees, perhaps a bit unhappy about some of the calls that went against his team in this quarter.
Yeah, Andy Osinoff giving advice to his players, and now giving us some advice to the Zebras here on the sideline. Really laying into some after some here on. And who is specializes in creating turnovers. Carla Berube and the Jumbos holding opponents to less than 45 points a game this year. They are stout on the defensive end.
That is very true. And on the Michaela North watch, 4 points to the 1,000. So
That's
we'll
right.
see if she can get to that this quarter and before halftime.
Well, she's currently on the bench, so she won't be scoring from there, but maybe some horse shots from the bench. She can lob one in while sitting down. Here's Michelle Wu on the outside, looking for Katie Hicks posting up. Man-to-man defense from Emmanuel here. They've permanently switched away from that zone, it seems like. Here's down low for Hicks. She's double-teamed.
And that's a sensible decision to go to a man-to-man because you saw in the zone that Tufts was just getting so much open space that they were able to make those 6 threes.
2 seconds on the shot clock. Whistle blew. Didn't see what happened. Looked like a foul. It'll be on the side. Shot clock will reset. That's tough. If you're Emmanuel, you're 2 seconds away from a stop, and then you get called for a blocking foul.
And it's just those little mistakes. They add up and they add up and they add up, and soon you're really far down in a game.
That's right, as we see Michaela North check back into the game. Jen Chalk lined up on her. Not a traditional center. This will be a tough mark for her.
And yeah, McCarthy, the only traditional center on this Emmanuel team, and we saw how she had trouble guarding North earlier in this game.
Here's the lob pass for North. That's what you worry about if you're Yosin here, but the layup won't go. Chalk on the other end. Boy, she can run the floor. Here comes Emmanuel now. Got the ball along the baseline here, almost losing it. Baseline drive. The three for the Saints. It'll rattle out.
And it might also be
Full yard.
a little case of luck. Nothing seems to be going right for the Saints team when they take these open shots.
Just one of those games. Tipped away on the baseline. Nice play on defense there.
And that's the sort of thing that can build. If they can string a few of those nice plays together, they can get back and get a foothold in this game.
Talia Roth hustling back on defense. That's what you like to see. And into the game. It's Olivia Marks, number 24, the junior.
Yeah, and she started this game. And you were mentioning something interesting. Her favorite movie is Love and Basketball.
I was going to say that, Charlie. You read my mind. Marks, Jen Chalk, and I think Sarah Higgins all said Love and Basketball is their favorite movie. Another three from the Jumbos. That won't go.
And
Offensive rebound, though.
Have you seen that?
No, but I looked it up. It's about what you would think. It's about love and basketball, actually.
Who would have guessed?
Not I. Here's Wu from behind the arc. Cross-court pass here. 11 seconds here to travel.
And then Elliott.
That won't go. A lot of missed layups here for the Saints so far. That's frustrating. Found the Emmanuel defense here. Wu. Tufts has a big full yard in. Here's Brooks with 3. Sarah Higgins, and then
she wants to say, I can do anything you got made from Emmanuel. Looks like the team mistakes from Tufts.
Another 3. A little hastily there, perhaps.
That may be a sign that Higgins is in the mindset of no one else is doing anything for this team to get us back in the game. So I have to step up and I have to get 3 points always and try and get the most points.
Against, that's a dangerous mindset to be in, Charlie, as we see the backup point guard here come in, Delphonse. The 2-3 zone here, notice. They'll get it into Dylan here along the wing.
But it should be noted, we're almost 4 minutes into this quarter, and Tufts is yet to score a point.
That's right. Good job on the defense from the Yosin squad here.
And if Emmanuel can get more than just the 3 points they've gotten in this quarter, then they have a shot of getting back into this game.
That's right. A nice defensive play there by Jen Chalk. The ball goes off Nicole Brooks. It'll be Emmanuel ball. There's Andy Yosin there, encouraging his teams on the sideline. I'm encouraged. I'm all the way across the court. Good job, Andy Yosin.
And I bet that's a happier man right now with the way his team is playing here.
That's right, but they're still down a lot here on the road. It's going to be tough for them to for the 3 ball.
And Lim has swung into the Saints' way. They still haven't been able to get anything on offense, and they need something on offense because they dug themselves a really large hole playing basketball that we don't expect from them in this first quarter.
Yep, they've gotten into the paint, but they haven't been able to finish.
And credit goes to the man defense, the woman defense being played by Tufts right now.
That's right. Emmanuel doing the weave on the perimeter, but not getting much penetration here. Tough shot there. Good defense from Baptista. And here comes Roberson.
Baptista using her size to just get in Higgins' way, not letting her get a shot off.
That's right. Baptista. Brooks playing a little two-man game there. Here's Dylan. Berube calling out a play from the sideline. Not many plays you can run on a 2-3 defense, Charlie, but Tufts will try it here.
The way things have been going, they have a right to try it. They have a big enough lead.
3 seconds, they get it to Michaela North, on the inside. A nice shot from North. See, when you're a post player, Charlie, you want to keep that ball high, keep it away from those guards. North did a nice job receiving the pass high, shooting it high. Nothing any defender could do about it.
Shades of a high school Elliott Cobb there from Michaela North.
Yeah, that's right. That's kind of you to say, Charlie.
My pleasure. And
Here's
you see
McCarthy on the inside.
McCarthy, built in a similar way to North with a little height advantage, should try and emulate Michaela North, who's having a lot of success in this game.
That's right, but though we saw a over-the-top pass being attempted there, that's a tough play, especially against a lanky defender like Michaela North. And whenever you try an over-the-top pass like that, Charlie, it gives time for the defense to react because it has to be a lob pass. But here's Higgins on the outside, getting it inside to Chalk against North. Tufts' best shot blocker. Nice shot fake from Dalphonse, losing the ball down low. It'll be a shot clock violation.
And it's just been, McCarthy also has had a timidity that she's demonstrated in terms of shooting. She's had a few times when the shot would have been the best option for her, but she's instead opted to take, like that overhead pass earlier, or take a pass out to the perimeter and get it away from a dangerous area.
We see Lena Negri back in the game for the first time. She left early with 2 fouls, the second of which was pretty egregious. Smartest play, in my opinion. But he doing a nice job double teaming, denying the pass.
And they brought Josie Lee back in, who's the second leading scorer so far.
That's right. Josie Lee, as you mentioned from the outside, that one won't go. Nice rebound there. Lena Negri doing her job on the inside against these trees from Tufts.
One could say elephants.
Elephants, that's right. Shot blocked by Baptista, but it'll be a foul before that on the floor. That'll be on Roberson.
And this will be another good chance for Emmanuel to try and engineer some points. They need to figure out how they can break through this Jumbo's defense because they haven't been doing it very much so far.
Jackie Knapp comes into the game for Emma Roberson. Here's Negri posting up, see if they can get it to her. Foul on the floor. That'll be on Knapp. She can't get in foul trouble there. They just took Roberson out of the game for that very reason. Here's the same play on the out of bounds here. Here's Sarah Higgins on the pick and roll.
And Higgins has played better, but she still isn't the player that won GNAC Player of the Week as North records a steal there.
That's right. Haven't seen that much today from Higgins. She has a foul called on her there. That looked like a frustrated foul. Here's Carla Berube on the sideline for Tufts.
Probably very happy with the scoreline right now, but not necessarily as happy as she was in the first quarter in terms of team performance.
Yeah, both offenses have stalled here, or rather both defenses have picked it up. I'd say that's the main theme of the second quarter here, Charlie. The Emmanuel defense picking it up, but their offense still sputtering.
Yeah, but it might be a little too late for the Emmanuel defense if this offense isn't going to show up.
That's right. It's early, though, here at Cousins Gymnasium. They're only down 16 here. We've seen a lot of threes fall. Anything can happen. Here's North. She finds Knapp alone on the outside, and that one's good. As I said, Charlie, threes are falling today. The forecast is for rain here in Cousins Gymnasium. I think the roof is leaking because it is raining hard in here.
And Jacqueline Knapp on the bench was probably thinking, I want a shot at that. And when she gets a chance, 3 points for her in the books.
That's right. Here's Dalphonse looking inside. North doing a nice job fronting the defender. And foul on the baseline here. See, that's what happens if you're Emmanuel. You're aggressive going to the hoop. You're going to pick up fouls like that. Tufts only has 3 fouls this half. Emmanuel has to be more aggressive. And they've done a decent job getting shots, but none of their open shots have gone in, it seems.
And that's another foul on Jacqueline Knapp, who just came into that game and then immediately recorded a foul there, so that's 2 for her.
That's right. Wow, looked like a nice pass there on the inside, but it won't go. A little too tricky. The shot fake. Doesn't fool the defender here. Jump ball. Nice job defensively there from Negri. Not going for the shot fake, staying for the rebound. She gets tied up, though.
And she's atoning for her error there. It was she who caused the turnover at the other end. Made up for it with some good work and got Emmanuel a ball.
You're right. She made a cut inside. Alicia
Gravity. She's very
anyway.
one of the NESCAC's best point guards.
That's right. Second one won't go for Dylan. Emmanuel will try to get out and run.
Perhaps a bit of curse of the commentator there.
Perhaps. We see Sasha Puglisi in the game for Emmanuel. That's her first. A nice spin move from Negri. She'll get the foul. That's what I'm talking about, Charlie. Aggressive moves.
That's some good movement. She drew 2 players, and we'll have a replay right here.
Watch the spin from Negri here. She makes North commit to the right, spins left. Defense tries to come and help, but it's a foul.
Yeah, Martinson and Michaela North combining to end up with that foul.
Notice how when she took that first step baseline, North had to step over it. It left room for the spin. Getting fouls on Michaela North could be big for Emmanuel if she has to sit out more of this game. Looks like she's coming out now just for to catch her breath, Charlie, but perhaps in the second half, Emmanuel could get her into foul trouble. That could shift the center of this game a lot.
That's
as we
very
see McCarthy
true.
coming into the game.
That's very true, but at the same time, Michaela North has not been dominating this game in the way that she's had to in prior matches because this entire team has been able to score, whether it's from 3 or just in terms of a normal field goal. And that's Josie Lee now.
Yeah, here's Folliard along the outside. Dylan, who's had an excellent game leading the fast break, facilitating the offense. Foul there. Wow. D'Alphonse on the outside.
Been a real story of defense here in this quarter. We've only seen, I believe, 10 points scored. Excuse me, 9 points scored between both teams. So the Saints have stepped up a lot.
Tough back. Tough. See this replay here. A nice rebound from.
And again, that's the sort. When you get on a fast break like that, you have to make sure that you can put that away.
Ezel open underneath, blocked by Folliard. Foul called.
And about a minute left, you have to say that Andy Yosanov will be happier with his team's performance, but not happy with the way that they've shot from the field and the way that they've run this offense.
Yeah, down 21, hard to be happy.
Very true. Might be 20 in a moment, though.
It will. Ezel puts it in. She's done a nice job bodying up on the inside. Got an open shot last time. If it weren't for the outstretched hand of Maura Folliard, a nice block on the inside.
Yeah, and she's really tried to assert herself physically, which has been very good for this Emmanuel team because they had been lacking that in the first quarter.
Yeah, I like the way she plays with Negri on the bench. She's been an excellent post player to come in and replace her. As we see Katie Martinson is on the inside here, number 32 for Tufts, replacing Michaela North. Here she is with the ball. Josie Lee makes a fake, goes right around Ezel, gets it to Martinson, who puts it in. An easy bucket for Tufts.
And that's not a happy Andy Yosanov.
Andy Yosanov crossing his arms. They're now down 21 once again after 2 made free throws. Here's Puglisi going in with the lefty shot. That won't go off the glass. Ezel fighting for the rebound. Puglisi gets it back, puts it in with the left.
And that's what you want. You want to see those offensive rebounds. They haven't done that this entire game so far.
That's right. 8 seconds to go for the Jumbos. Dylan handling the ball. Trying to juke a defender. Wu's wide open. 1 second. Puts it up off the glass. It rims out. So 33 points for Tufts in the first half. A great offensive half for them. And only 14 points for Emmanuel. I'd have to say an even better defensive half for the Jumbos. Let's see what Emmanuel can come back with in the second half.
Yeah, please join us for the halftime show hosted by Elliot, featuring a special guest that you may remember from some past broadcasts. And we'll
from some past broadcasts, Charlie. You're being modest to our soon-to-be guest. We're going to have the one and only Bernie Birnbaum joining us on the JumboCast halftime show. Some of you thought he was gone. If you've watched a JumboCast broadcast before, you've probably seen Bernie. He's probably been working on it in some capacity. Many of you thought he was leaving for the semester, and he was going to be out of our lives as JumboCast viewers as he's studying abroad in London this semester, but we've got a special treat. Thanks to the powers of the internet, he will be joining us on this broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for Bernie Birnbaum, your favorite JumboCast broadcaster. We'll be back in a few minutes for Bernie Birnbaum and the JumboCast halftime show. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Cousins Gymnasium. I'm Elliot Cobb with you for the JumboCast on the speakers. It's gonna 2 seconds of dance. Gentlemen, we're going to have Bernie Birnbaum, the once and always JumboCast play-by-play announcer, as well as creative lead. He's been a visionary for us, and I know all of you who watch our broadcast enjoy having him. And we have him here on the show. Bernie, thanks for joining us. Thought, and we are so happy.
Thing has been doing things that, I nowadays I don't get in line so much as I queue, things like that.
That's right. That's right. I heard that jumbo is the word for elevator. Is that true?
That's actually true. If you need to get to the top of a building, I say, "Where's the jumbo?"
Yeah.
And you just hop on the jumbo.
Excuse me, sir. Could you direct me to the jumbo? And they say, "Yeah, it's right over there." If they, they're in America, they say, "Oh yes, sir, it's right over there. You just press the button, it comes down for you." So Bernie,
That's pretty much every day.
that's right. That's your day. And they're so cordial there, and such a lovely place. I was there in the spring myself, and I'm glad to hear that you are promoting JumboCast abroad. I'm sure you will pitch our broadcast to anyone you meet, I'm sure.
I actually have shared it with some of my friends over here. I'm not sure if anybody's tuned in. It's a bit late, as
Yeah.
some of us have class in the morning. So
What
it's
time
about
is
1
it?
in the morning.
What time is it where you are?
We're heading to 1 in the morning.
Yikes. Well, I'm sure women's basketball fans, and thank you for joining.
And I mean, we chatted a little bit, the two of us, before the game, and this is actually pretty much what I was expecting. You know, you take a look at the Saints' record, and it looks good. They're 14-5, but they only have one really impressive win, and that was against Bowdoin. Whereas Tufts, as you've seen recently, ever since suffering the two losses early in the season, really gutting it out in their most recent game against Conn College. We saw Lauren Dillon looking a lot like last year's Kelsey Moorhead. And I did not expect the Jumbos to do anything but keep rolling.
That's right, and they have done nothing but keep rolling here all over this Emmanuel offense. And it starts with defense. With Carla Berube Jumbos, they've created a lot of turnovers, affected a lot of shots. It seems like Emmanuel's getting a lot of good looks close to the basket, but they haven't been going in, and I'd say I have to attribute that to the tough shot blockers affecting shots, if not blocking them.
Yeah, and if you look at the scores of the games, now that it's been broken down into quarters, you can see at least one quarter in pretty much every game the Jumbos are holding their opponent to single digits, and so far both quarters the Saints have been in single digits.
That's right. So it's been a pretty good game here. Charlie and I have had a good time calling it. You said before the game that you thought it might be a blowout in favor of the Jumbos. I didn't believe you. We had Emmanuel on a 9-game winning streak, Tufts on a 10-game winning streak. But so far it looks like a boat race.
But when you look at schedule, and Emmanuel should coast pretty easily to the GNAC title, as they have. But a win in the GNAC is not the same as the NESCAC.
That's exactly right. Well, Bernie, before we let you go, I'm sure you've got a pub to go to or something like that.
I've got class in the morning.
You got class in the morning. That's what they all say. Bernie, come on, you're abroad. You gotta live a little. No. Well, Bernie, would you like to give a message to all of our JumboCast supporters out there, folks who have stayed with us through thick and thin and have enjoyed your work? Would you like to send them a message from all of us?
Well, first of all, thank you for bearing with us. We had some technical difficulties in the first half. I think we're going to be chatting with the Tufts Internet Services after the game about that one. So thanks for sticking with us. We think we've got it under control now. And, you know, we always love your support and your dedication. It means a lot that I can join you even from thousands of miles away, and I do it every time.
All right. Well, thank you, Bernie. For the record, I didn't know we had any technical difficulties. I think I just kept talking. That's all I do.
Yeah, I think Jake likes to get you guys nice and calm while he's freaking out. You know, the classic duck thing. Calm surface, but under the water. Jake and I were troubleshooting across the ocean.
That's right. Jake, of course, refers to our director, Jake Hellman, our wonderful director who does an awesome job always. Well, Bernie, thank you so much for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Bernie Birnbaum, our longtime creative head and JumboCast visionary. Thank you, Bernie, for joining us from across the pond, and go Jumbos.
Go Jumbos.
Toodaloo, Bernie. Cheerio. Cheerio to Bernie Birnbaum. We're going to be right back in just a hot second with a colour commentator, Charlie Driver. I'm getting Australia now. We're going to go over the first half stats and even more right after this on JumboCast. Thank you.
And welcome back to Cousins Gymnasium after our fun halftime show with Elliot and Bernie. I'm Charlie Driver alongside Elliot Cobb, and we're about to get ready for the second half between the Emmanuel Saints and the Tufts Jumbos. So, Elliot, what did you notice in that first half that sticks out to you on the stat sheet at halftime?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is Tufts' accuracy from the three-point line. Deadly accurate from the outside. Lots of players hitting from downtown. We saw Josie Lee, among others, cashing in from behind the arc. That was excellent to see from the Jumbos. On the Emmanuel side of the ball, I thought they were getting decent shots at times, but they couldn't get it to go. Some of their star players, Jen Chalk and Sarah Higgins, were 1 for 6 and 1 for 8 from the floor. And some of those shots were good shots. They had a couple of missed layups, things like that they need to get to go if they're going to get back in this game in the second half. I thought that while Tufts dominated, Emmanuel could have hit some more shots and made it closer. But so far, it's been all Jumbos here in Bedford.
It should be noted that the three-point percentage for Tufts, they were 6 for 12. They shot 50% from the three-point line, and that's compared to a 14.3% field goal percentage for the Emmanuel Saints, shooting only 3 for 21. So we'll see if Emmanuel can change their fortunes here, change their destiny, or we'll see whether fate is predetermined for them in the Calvinist way as we get underway in the second half.
I won't even ask about that, Charlie. We only have 18 seconds till the start of the second half. I feel like that isn't enough time for you to explain that to me.
Yeah,
Am I correct?
We can save that for another halftime show when I do Theology Roundup with Charlie.
With Calvinist theology with Charlie. But in one sentence, how would you summarize Calvinist theology?
Calvinist theology, it doesn't matter what you do now because it's already decided if you're going to heaven or if you're going somewhere else.
Oh, that's a nice thought. Thanks,
Yeah.
Calvin.
Yeah, that's late middle Protestant Reformation if you're watching along at home and keeping track. Bit after Luther and a bit before the Presbyterians and the stuff like that and the Anglican Church.
Very interesting. Oh, here we are, Charlie. It's you and I, buddy. It's been good doing broadcasts with you. We did some football, some football, and now basketball. Charlie, it's been a blast.
We've been all around, senior and freshman, making a nice partnership.
That's right. I'm graduating this year. Sadly, this will be only a few more broadcasts remaining. But for you, the future's bright, buddy.
Yep.
I hope you seize the day.
Thank you very much, Elliot. And Lauren Dillon, who's also has a bright future for this Tufts Jumbos women's basketball team, gets us underway in the second half. Score is 33-14 Tufts. With the ball right now, Melissa Baptista with the shot. North on the rebound. Nothing going.
Great defense there.
It should be noted.
On the inside.
It should be noted as well. Michaela North needs one more field goal to get to 1,000 points on the day.
Wow. Nice defense we saw on the last play from Negri.
That's Brooks. Out to Baptista. Guarded there by Devin Raw. And that'll be a foul called.
Yeah, I don't know about that foul, Charlie. I'm with Andy Yosinoff on this one. I don't know if you folks can hear at home, but Andy Yosinoff, there he is. He's letting the referees have it, and I agree with him on that one. I don't know what was wrong with that.
It silenced the crowd, and it was a tough foul, so usually you'll hear some
That's
happiness
right.
about that.
Let's watch, pay attention down low to the matchup between Lena Negri and Michaela North. Negri's done a nice job on defense. We saw her put her arms perfectly straight up on the last play and deny Michaela North here as she gets the screen here. Nice battle down low. She's got no help, and she steals the ball. Nice play.
And that's what we were looking for in the first half, Elliot, isn't it? From Negri on that matchup.
Yeah, she was out with foul trouble.
It's Devin Raw with the ball. Out to Higgins. Almost intercepted by Roberson and back to Raw. It's up to Negri and good defense there by Michaela North. Here's a replay of that defensive play by Negri. Or no, that's the foul.
Jumbo foul on number 24, Michaela North. That's her second personal. And the team's first foul.
Foul there on Michaela North. Ball poked away, though.
Nicole Brooks on the interception. Having herself a good game on the defensive end.
Solid player, Charlie. I like the way she brings it every time she's on the court. You can tell she's a real fierce competitor.
Tufts has a wealth of very good guards, and we've seen that with Roberson, with Dillon, with Brooks, and even with Michelle Wu and Josie Lee and Jacqueline Knapp coming off the bench as Dillon drives and misses. Same two for Michaela North.
That's right. All these guards can contribute. You mentioned Michelle Wu. I thought she played wonderfully today and when we saw her on Saturday.
That's very true, and everyone's stepping up in this game as the shot is made there by Jen Chalk. And that'll bring her up to 2 for 7 from the field.
We mentioned from at halftime, Charlie, 2 for 7 for Jen Chalk on the first half, 1 for 8 from Higgins. Those are the people you want taking shots, but they weren't going in. North to the hoop.
And it's still waiting for 1,000, stuck at 998 points. And that's out to Higgins. Higgins to Negri. And defense played there by Baptista, but a foul.
The jump ball there, Charlie.
Jump ball, excuse me.
Yeah, nice play there. Michaela North and Baptista teaming up there. It's tempting when an offensive player shows the ball for a shot. It's tempting to slap your hand in there trying to get a big block, but going up with 2 hands is advisable. A nice play by them.
And here's Negri again, and she'll get that to go. 2 points. And Emmanuel on a very good run to start this second half. They've pulled within 15 points here.
That's right. It's just they're making it look easy, Charlie. It's just simple shots. It's some of the shots they've been getting in the first half. It's just only now that they're falling.
And Michaela North came out of the game to be replaced by Katie Hicks. There's Baptista. Out to Dylan.
Dylan is shifty, isn't she?
Oh, yeah, she's keeping Clark guessing there.
Wow.
And that'll be a charge.
A great acting job there. I want to see this. Watch the flop there. She sort of flies back as if Lauren Dillon pushed her. Look at that.
It's like an action movie almost.
It's like exactly right. But what? That's just a heady play, Charlie. There's nothing in the rules says you can't do that. And I think.
Perhaps.
Well, then it goes back the other way.
Perhaps Marks is due for a tryout for the Emmanuel women's soccer team with the type of diving that she had there.
That's right. How about this, Charlie? Olivia Marks gets called for the same foul that she just drew on the other end by the same referee. Maybe a makeup call.
It's funny how it goes, isn't it, Elliot?
It is funny, Charlie. And I mean, it was obvious to me that it wasn't an offensive foul, especially with the diminutive Lauren Dillon supposedly being the one to shove her halfway across the court.
And we see Carla Berube there. Tufts coach, 1995 national D1 champion with the Yukon women's basketball team. And 3 out of the 4 last years, she's won the NESCAC Coach of the Year. So a very decorated coach for the Tufts Jumbos.
And won National Coach of the Year as well. Very decorated, as you said.
And that's Hicks. Mid-range jumper goes for 2 points.
Nice rotation on that shot, Charlie. When you get rotation like that, it's always a soft bounce off the rim, and that's what can allow you to make some tough shots like that.
And that's good for Katie Hicks replacing the star player for this Jumbos team, Michaela North. And ball booted out a bit by Dillon, and in the scrum between Higgins, Roberson, and Dillon, jump ball's called.
Higgins trying to go 1-on-3 there, loses the ball predictably. She's the one who you want taking shots. I like the way she goes to the hoop, but she's got to be more careful.
Yeah, and she hasn't had much success. As you mentioned in the first half, 1 for 8 from the field. It's out to Roberson. Fakes to Baptista. Gives it out to Hicks, who gives to Brooks. And that's Hicks again. Pass to Baptista, tipped, but Baptista sticks with it. And the jumper doesn't go. In and out.
Yeah, patient possession from Tufts and a nice shot. I thought that was a good shot from Baptista. Dillon on the floor, look at that.
And she wins the ball from Fox there, and Nicole Brooks is on the fast break. Out to Roberson. Roberson with a layup.
Travel.
And a travel call.
I didn't like that call. Now that looked like a good play. I'd like to see a replay there. Maybe we could see whether or not she took 2 steps. I thought that looked legal.
And I think Carla Berube wants a replay as well. And this is that interception from earlier that led to this fast break.
Yeah, what a great play there by Lauren Dillon getting on the floor. Brooks as well. And then maybe it's a travel. I'm not sure. As a travel, it's called on the other end here live. Tufts will get the ball back there. So trading violations and fouls here so far. We've had 2 charges and 2 travels.
And it seems that the teams are evening out. It's pretty balanced right now. Tufts up 35-18, which isn't that huge a lead. It's a 17-point lead. And it was bigger earlier in the game. Roberson with the layup. Doesn't make it, but she'll go to the line. And we have a replay here.
Watching the back cut there. We saw Higgins go for the steal there and miss. She's had aggressive play today, but maybe a little reckless. We've seen her force some shots. That play there was a tough play left Left her teammate
And
Negri
Roberson,
in dire straits there. She had to commit the foul.
Roberson made the first, and she'll make the second for 2 points. Oh, and we see some little choreography from the Tufts bench there. Maybe a bit of superstition about free throws.
I'm not sure who taught them that, or maybe it's working as we see Dylan have a nice steal.
And it's just getting a bit sloppy for the Saints now, especially on that defensive play. 3-on-1, you really should win the ball there. Dylan surrounded by a triangle of Saints.
Yeah, look out for Emmanuel. Just getting a little frustrated here. All these turnovers.
And that's a 3 from Roberson off the backboard. Nowhere close. And that's Jen Chalk. Nothing going. Roberson on the rebound.
Chalk should go to her left hand there. You saw her stay with her stronger right. It made it a tougher shot.
Out to Hicks. Hicks will try again from 3. This time a bit short. Negri on the rebound.
Boy, I like the way Negri plays down low. A great rebounder. She's had some nice blocks today. Challenging shots.
Chalk tries to redeem herself, but a foul's called. And she will go to the line.
I like to see Chalk stay aggressive there. Tough day for her. She's played well, and there's her coach looking on. I know that he knows she's a strong player. He's going to stick with her. That's one of the features of a good coach, Charlie. He sticks with his players. He's got confidence in his players. Jen Chalk is the kind of player who's going to make shots, and you just got to give her that chance. She's shown here she could do it, even if she got off to a rough start.
And in the midst of that, Elliot, we saw an interesting move from Carly Berube with a quadruple substitution, replacing almost all the on-court players for the Tufts team.
Well, they can do that, Charlie. They've got such a deep bench.
They've got such a deep bench, and they've got a lead where they can take chances like that to give their players some rest.
That's right. You see another missed steal there. Sort of a reckless play from Emmanuel. They're getting desperate, it seems.
Knapp. It's out to Folliard, who came in. North back in the game, as is Josie Lee, who loses it there. Chalk on the steal. And an easy layup there made by Alicia Fox, number 2.
She had the steal there, Charlie. She just stuck her hand in there and took it away. Swiper, no swiping.
That's a throwback to some early childhood days for me.
I still watch that. Come on. It's great.
I was always more of a Sesame Street person.
I like both shows. You got to be they're interactive. You know, they want you to participate.
True. And North loses it off her foot. Not really sure the pass is coming in, and it'll go back to Fox at the other end. Fox off the Chalk, and she'll get tipped a bit and a foul called. She'll go to the line yet again.
You see Emmanuel sort of taking some chances on defense here. Timeout called by Tufts. Trying to stem the tide of an Emmanuel comeback. You know, Charlie, basketball is a game of runs, and when you see the other team starting to build momentum, you want to stop it. A good timeout there from Carla Berube. As you see her, actually we're seeing Andy
Yosinoff, yes.
Andy Yosinoff, coach of the Saints here.
And you see, I think Carla Berube will want to minimize the turnovers that her team has had in this quarter. We've seen a lot of fast breaks recently from the Emmanuel team, forcing mistakes from the Jumbos, and we've seen a lot of points come off those turnovers. And as a result, the lead has shrunk back to 15.
That's right. You see Emmanuel gaining confidence here with these turnovers. Jen Chalk getting into the action here. She's a dangerous scorer. You can't let her do that if you're tough. She's been cold thus far, but now heating up just a little bit. Maybe it's getting a little dangerous for the Jumbos, although they're still up 15 here.
And Chalk will make the first after a number of bounces off the rim and backboard. And she'll try for a second. Emmanuel's biggest success in that first half, of course, was their free throw shooting. They shot 7 of 8 in the first half for an 87.5%, and they've been doing well here as well. There's Knapp with the ball. Out to Roberson.
Look at
Folliard up to North. North to the basket, and that is her 1,000th point for Tufts, the junior, there with a big accomplishment for her career. And we're going to get a replay in just a moment, I believe. And that's
this is
Fox
live
driving.
what you're seeing. Nice play there by
Alicia Fox. She's come into the game, and she's been very productive, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's a spark plug for the Saints here.
Jacqueline Knapp trying to be a spark plug on the other end, but Fox with the tip out of bounds.
Guess who? Fox steps in, makes the play. I like the way she's playing here. Here's the 1,000th point for Michaela North.
In Jumbo women's basketball history, she scored 1,000 points in her career. Congratulations, Michaela.
So a standing ovation here from the Cousins Gymnasium crowd. A little teary-eyed from Michaela North, as she should be.
It's a very big accomplishment, Elliot. Not many players make it to that level. It shows that you've been a real contributor for all the years you've been in Medford, Somerville. And it also shows that you've been a real team player to stick with it and help this team achieve 2 back-to-back Final Fours and a large number of success.
I hope I get to commentate for 1,000 points as North drives to the hoop once again, 1,002.
And she's turning on. We didn't see much of her after that, after a little ways through the second quarter, but she's coming back now, and she's just gotten 4 points on the trot. And there's Alicia Fox.
Nice move from Fox. I like it. Keep going, Alicia.
And that's Lee out to North, and that's a foul called there.
We'll see. That could be the 4th. Yep.
And they're going to bring in Mary McCarthy, the freshman.
Yeah, Lena Negri will get subbed out of this game. That could be her 4th.
And she's played better in this quarter, but the fouls from earlier have come back to bite her.
Yeah, she is the best option for Emmanuel for stopping Michaela North on the inside, but you know, nothing Emmanuel can do here. Andy Yosinov can have to substitute her out of the game if he wants to use her in the 4th quarter. I love the way she's played though, but gosh, it's frustrating when you get taken out with foul trouble.
And Josie Lee with a tip there, thinking perhaps that she was guarded, but instead gives it right to Alicia Fox, who's been a revelation for these Saints here.
That's right, but they got to start scoring points in bunches, Charlie.
That's very true. That's number 3, Ryan Maynard, with the ball, and she'll get a foul there.
Here we see on the bench, that is Lena Negri.
And she won't be happy with her day so far.
No, I thought she's played well when she's been in the game, but it's always frustrating being in foul trouble. No more seats for actually there is a seat on the near the end of the bench there for Negri. I thought maybe she was standing out of necessity.
And Ryan Maynard will make her first free throws. Lauren Dillon comes back into this game for Emma Roberson. Meanwhile, Jen Chalk checks out, and Adzel comes in. Alexis Adzel, number 30, who we saw make 2 free throws in the first half, but not actually shoot a ball from the field. And the second free throw will be made by Ryan Maynard. That's her first action of this game so far. First completed actions.
I think Maynard could be a good player, Charlie. She's got the body. She's got long arms, nice shooting stroke, and an aggressive style. A nice move to the hoop in the last possession.
And that's Dillon with the ball now. Out to Michaela North. Michaela North hits the underside of the basket there.
Yeah, it's not all pretty on your way to 1,000 points, Charlie.
No, doesn't have to be pretty. You just have to get it done as a foul's called there.
Yeah, notice she got her own rebound, kept the possession alive. It's tenacity, Charlie. It's big for these post players, especially. And from Lauren Dillon, too. She's certainly not a post player, but as tenacious as they come.
And we've seen that Carla Berube breeds this sort of tenacity in her players as Michaela North misses her first free throw. She breeds kind of a drive to get the ball, even if it looks like it's impossible. And we saw that with Lauren Dillon's diving tip over to Nicole Brooks earlier in this quarter. That's Olivia Delphons with the ball. Out there to the substitute Maynard. To Fox. Delphons again. Alexis Azell with the shot, and a foul is called.
That's tough. If you're Maura Folliard, who's on defense there, she's in the right position. Here's a replay. She's in the right position here, but she, I guess refs called that she got her with the body. Looked like she did sort of extend herself into the path.
But that is consistency as Azell misses the first shot. That is consistency from the referees. We've seen them calling fouls like that throughout this entire game, and while it's made Berube and Yosinov angry, it has been consistent.
Yeah, it's been consistent, Charlie, but still making me angry. I don't know. As a player, I never really side with the referees, Charlie.
And Azell makes her second free throw. Dillon again with the ball as cries of defense come in from the Saints bench.
Well, they need it, Charlie.
1 minute left in this quarter. 43 to Tufts, 28 to Emmanuel. And the Saints are going to have to do something if they want to continue this 9-game win streak that they've developed over the past few weeks.
Look at McCarthy working hard on the inside.
And Michaela North
too hard there.
Yeah.
Getting a little dirty. Maybe a little trip there. I don't know. Looked incidental. I did see her grabbing the jersey of Michaela
and we'll
North,
see it
though.
Here. And just a little, looks like a little tangle there, but enough to draw the foul for North, and she'll shoot it again.
Yeah, when you trip someone that big, the whole stadium sees.
And the first one, bit short, nothing going. And she'll shoot again. So 1 of 2 from Michaela North there with a nice free throw. And it does look like a superstition, the little leg cross from the Tufts bench. Did you have any superstitions in your playing days?
Yeah. Always wore dirty underwear.
That's a good one. I bet your teammates really loved you for that, Elliot.
Well, hopefully they weren't. They had no, business in my underwear.
And we see Azelle making the layup there, as Elliot rivets us with stories from his playing days.
I'm a fountain of them, Charlie. If you ever want, maybe we can talk about it on our movie night.
Very true. And if we ever end up doing a baseball game together, Elliot, I'll share with you some of my ball playing days as Josie Lee makes the layup on the second attempt. And this quarter is over. Third quarter at the end, 46 to Tufts, 30 to Emmanuel. So a pretty similar scoreline to what we saw earlier with the replay here of that second chance point from Josie Lee.
Yeah, Josie Lee just getting in position there. Emmanuel not doing a good job of boxing out. Boy, I hope we do a baseball game, Charlie. We'll have hours to ourselves with nothing happening in between plays.
That's the way I like it.
We talk about film, philosophy, Dickens. These are all your favorites.
All of it. So,
do you have a favorite movie, Charlie?
My favorite movie, I believe, I would say it's Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. It's also my favorite book, funnily enough. John le Carré spy novel turned into a movie about 4 or 5 years ago.
Interesting. You're into the long titles that are gotten to by word association.
Yes, very true. I do love me some word associations.
Let's do some right now. How about, okay, ready? Carla Berube.
Yukon. So Huskies.
Okay. Hardwood.
Court.
Basket.
Ball.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Pitbull. Because he did. Because I saw Earth, Wind, and Fire.
You don't have to explain it.
Okay,
word association. No judgment. Pitbull. I like it. I know JumboCast fans are big fans of Pitbull, so we won't badmouth him on this program, but...
He did have a Rockin' New Year's Eve special, although the official Rockin' New Year's Eve is, of course, run by Ryan Seacrest.
That's right.
And if Fox gets us back underway here in this fourth quarter, 46 to Tufts, 30 to Emmanuel. Thank you for suffering through Elliot and I's banter in favor of this game.
Yes, you're stronger for it.
We hope you learned something along the way. Lauren Dillon.
Saw Ezel have a nice move on that last possession, but only a better block by Baptista.
Yeah, she's played very well, Ezel, since coming on, getting some points in this third quarter. Seeing if she can extend that in the fourth. Tipped off of the point guard Higgins there.
Yeah, she's if you're Tufts, you got to look. Higgins been jumping passes all afternoon. Maybe try a back cut here as we see Negri getting ready to enter the game.
Joined by Wu on the sideline waiting to come in. Josie Lee out to Dillon. Dillon from 3. Nothing but net for Lauren Dillon. It's the story of the Tufts day today. They've had a lot of success from the three-point line, and Lauren Dillon continuing that here in the nascent stages of the fourth quarter. Yeah,
not much success from behind the arc in their last game, but it's been nothing but threes today for the Jumbos. And that's a long one from Ryan Maynard, but not the same success that Lauren Dillon achieved. No, that's a bad possession from Emmanuel. I mean, gosh, it's fourth quarter, you're down 19. Maybe you start taking some threes, so I take it back. But you want to move the ball around a little more, I think, in an open look. You know what they say, Elliot? You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. They do say that. I've said it once or twice, I think. Yeah. I also heard somewhere that you miss 100% of the shots that you don't make. That's also true, and it rhymes, so I'm even more likely to believe it. And we see Lena Negri still waiting to come into the game here as Lauren Dillon goes to the line to shoot some free throws. And the first one's good.
And we'll see a triple substitution. Brooks coming into the game, Hicks coming into the game, and Wu coming into the game.
As well as Negri. She's going to be key if Emmanuel's going to spark a run here. Gosh, down 20 points. You think they need points, stops, steals, anything they can do? We'll see if they go into a press off of made baskets.
And
but they're going to need a lot of made baskets, Charlie.
With that free throw, they're now down 21 points yet again in this game. Not exactly what Andy Yosinov wanted to start this this fourth quarter.
No, but he had to know that Cousins Gym is a tough place to play. This Tufts team, tough to beat at home.
Tough to beat at home, almost impossible to beat at home. They are undefeated this season in Cousins Gymnasium. Lauren Dillon. Driving, guarded by Fox and Negri. Out to Brooks. Baptista from 3, and that'll be short. Wu, nice footwork there to keep it in.
You saw Baptista hustle for that rebound, though. Even when you young kids at home, always follow your shot after you shoot. A lot of times, the person guarding you won't block out.
And that'll be a double dribble there against Ryan Maynard. That's not what she wanted to see. Jen Chalk will check in, replacing Maynard there. That'll be her last contribution for now.
Yeah, you got to get Chalk in the game if you're Emmanuel. This is your last gasp. Get your veteran players in there. Higgins has had an off night. Only 2 points for her, I believe.
And that's Brooks with the ball. I think most of these Emmanuel players have had an off night, Elliot. They were averaging 72 coming into this game. They've scored less than half of this with 3 minutes gone in the fourth.
That's right. It's not luck, Charlie. It's the Tufts defense. They're locked down tonight.
It's very true. It's that defense that makes Cousins such a tough place to play in, as Baptista gets it on the second attempt.
Wow, a nice pass from Brooks there. Baptista had it blocked, but then had the wherewithal to put it back in. A nice reverse layup.
And Baptista especially likes playing in Cousins Gymnasium, considering it's very close to where she grew up, the native of Somerville, Massachusetts, half of which Tufts is located in. And that's Baptista again. And not that time for Melissa.
It's a tough business down low there. We saw her bodying up the Emmanuel defenders. They'll call it defensive foul on Lauren Dillon, but here's a replay here.
And Fox.
See, watch Fox use her elbow here. See her extend that arm. That's why if I was the referee, I might have called it on Fox, but maybe she didn't have a good angle.
I would think that because Dillon didn't totally set her feet there, and then just got run into, perhaps.
Usually when a player extends the arm, you call it on him, but you're right. She didn't have her feet set.
That's Negri. Nothing going there. And Higgins will step out of bounds, visibly unhappy at that. And we're going to take a timeout.
It's a frustrating play, Charlie, when you hustle for a ball like that and you can't quite avoid the sideline. It's a microcosm of the Emmanuel game tonight.
Yeah.
Boy, they've shown their effort tonight, certainly. But Tufts has been too strong. You have to say that. Carla Berube has coached these women excellently. They're playing wonderful team defense, sharing the ball. You can tell no one on this team is selfish as we see them linking arms even in the huddle here. And hear the referees on the sideline. What do you think of these refs tonight, Charlie?
I think as I mentioned earlier, they have been relatively consistent with their fouls. As you've said, a lot of them have been questionably done.
How about the sweeper guy? You think he's doing a good job?
The quality of tough sweeping here is excellent.
Well, how would you rate his how excited he is about his job right now? Scale of 1 to 10.
Here's the thing. I don't think it's that exciting for him right now. There have been more exciting times to sweep.
He's on his phone.
Maybe if there was sweat on the floor, he'd have something more to do.
Can we get a shot of the sweeper guy on his phone?
But the skill that he gives to be able to sweep that easily is just remarkable.
There he is.
That's a true hero there.
Swipe right, swipe right, swipe right.
Nothing but matches, just like Tufts has had nothing but net from 3 points. That's Knapp, out to Brooks. Back to Jacqueline Knapp, the freshman, who's done well in that reserve guard role. Emmanuel's bench urging the defense on here. It's Baptista. And a wayward pass to Brooks, but the referee gets in the way.
keeps it in bounds here. Nice defense from Emmanuel in this 2-3. They can't get the rebound, though. That's a killer.
And that's a
Baptista down low, gets it to go.
It's a very nice pass there from Katie Hicks, just with a little behind-the-back pass to get it back to Baptista, past the double team, And Baptista with nothing but an easy 2 points.
That's right. Passing down low, Charlie, it's tough to do. You really have to have a sixth sense for where your teammates are. Katie Hicks has it. It's a nice pass, as you said.
And that's Clark back in the game. Fox had a major contribution earlier, but she's come out.
Great team defense from Tufts there. You see both defenders getting in the way of the shot. A foul called eventually. I don't know about that. Katie Hicks doing a great job on defense. Kudos to her.
And we'll see a replay here.
Look how Negri turns and Baptista's right there. Hicks stays with it. Notice she's got her hands straight up. Referee says maybe she was moving into the path of the shooter a little bit. That's why the foul was called. But excellent team defense from Tufts. It's frustrating right now if you're an Emmanuel Saints player.
And the first shot, nothing going. It looks like Andy Yosinov has exhausted himself a bit. He's taking a knee on the sideline right now.
He can't. He hasn't exhausted. Look, there he is.
Just can't fathom what's going on with his team right now.
Well, he
because
can believe
he's seen a much better team in these past weeks. They're 14-4 on the year after all, which is more than a respectable record for any team.
That's right, but Emmanuel grabs the offensive rebound here. Let's see what they can do with it.
And that's out to Negri.
Foul on Brooks.
And about halfway through this fourth quarter, the score is Tufts 55 and Emmanuel 30, a 25-point lead, among the largest that Tufts has had this entire game. They took the lead early in the first quarter after a 4-4 tie, as Higgins can't make that shot, and they haven't relinquished it since, opening up this gulf that we see now.
Higgins hasn't been able to finish here thus far in this game. You can tell she's frustrated. It's been that kind of game for her. It's Charlie, at the end of these kind of games, you're reaching, you're trying to get, there she is with a reaching foul. You're just trying to get steals, trying to make something happen, but it just won't. It's a helpless feeling. I feel for her here. It's a tough game from a great player.
Yeah, it's a very tough Tuesday night for Higgins here in Medford and for this Emmanuel team as a whole. But Carla Berube has to be happy. This is a game that she probably marked on her calendar as an expected win, and her team has lived up to that thus far.
It's been a trouncing here. 25 points against a 14-4 team. Pretty great.
But as we mentioned, the GNAC is not necessarily as strong a conference as NESCAC. NESCAC featuring 3 ranked teams to Emmanuel's conferences, none.
No, but we mentioned earlier, Charlie, how Tufts lost at Bowdoin while Emmanuel won earlier this year. So I think they're comparable. I think just Tufts at home today played excellently as Higgins with the steal.
It's a very nice interception from Higgins. That's probably what we should more expect from her rather than that wayward shot.
Yeah, but frustrating. Again, she loses it out of bounds.
And Tufts will get the ball again. Hicks to take this inbound.
As soon as Higgins thinks she has a clear path to the basket, the Tufts defense is there again. Here's the press from Emmanuel. Nice job there as Tufts gets it across the line.
And it looks like Gina Doyle, the guard, is on the sideline waiting to come in, the sophomore. She got some action in the game against Wesleyan on Friday, another Tufts victory, in a similar position in the fourth quarter. Played pretty well with the opportunity that she received.
That's right. This is an exciting opportunity. That's, as you said, and here's Roth coming in for Emmanuel. If you're a young player like this is when you want to prove to your coach, the rest of your players, that you fit into their scheme, that you've been listening in practice, because that's when you get your chance, your reps, Charlie. You want to prove that you're first team, prove that you can come into these big games, maybe earlier when it's still a contest.
Fox out to Negri. Negri's shot is not on target.
Nice save from Chalk there. These Emmanuel girls, they're going to keep competing here, as we see Higgins hit the 3.
And that's more like it from her. That's her second 3 of the game. And as we were mentioning about young players getting a chance, we see Lindsay Bloom now on the sideline waiting to come in. Another Bloom, a freshman, who also got some action in that game against Wesleyan.
And a not-so-young player, Michelle Wu, the senior, playing here as well. She getting some much-needed minutes. Good for her.
And that's a nice interception from Negri there. We've seen Tufts trying to be a bit fancy with some long passing, and we've seen a few interceptions from this Emmanuel Saints team.
Yep.
And there's Bloom entering the game, and she will replace Katie Hicks. And meanwhile, we'll see Mary McCarthy coming into this game for the Saints to replace Lena Negri.
Yeah, Negri played with heart today. She's got some great rebounds, played good defense. But giving the youngster McCarthy a chance here late, I think that's Emmanuel throwing in the towel, I would say.
Yeah, and we've got around 3.5 minutes to go, and barring a 22-point comeback for the Saints, the Jumbos will extend their winning streak to 10 straight games and extend their home unbeaten streak this season.
That's right. With the ball now is Taylor Vandlenshoot. Been excited to say that one all day, Charlie.
What a name.
Higgins with the score, though.
And Higgins really growing into this fourth quarter. That's what we maybe wanted to see from her earlier. Long pass to Wu. Back to Knapp.
Tufts will hold here. Don't want to do anything fancy, but you do want to get these young players into the mix. Get them a few shots, work the ball around.
That was Bloom to Doyle there. Knapp, another intercepted pass. She's been sloppy, and Higgins has gotten on the end of 2 now.
Here's Roth to the hoop.
And
She
Rolf,
scores.
That's an easy layup. Ralph will take that all day. And this is really the game, as I said, that Higgins wants to be playing. She's playing like she should have played during those first 3, but she was so stifled by this Jumbo's defense that she couldn't make her mark on the game.
Yeah, Higgins is finding it easier to make these steals against inexperienced players, Charlie. I don't think Lauren Dillon would have thrown that pass.
But it's good for Jacqueline Knapp to get some experience, the young freshman. And that's Gina Doyle. And the shot there, not going for Lindsey Bloom.
3 on none here for Emmanuel. The dunk.
And those will be the easiest points of the day for Jen Chalk, as we have a timeout taken. Jumbo's taking a timeout as they're put on their back foot here, and we'll get some nice floor sweeping and some nice team talks from Andy Yosinoff and Carla Berube.
And some nice watch the throne here. Little Jay-Z Kanye West spot. I dig that, Charlie. You like Watch the Throne? You think that was a good album?
Ask me again when they start playing 80s music, Elliot. That's more of my forte.
Well, all right. I'm not much of a rap fan as well, but I do like Kanye. And Sweeper Guy's back. Sweeper Guy's back. Look, he's not even pumped, and we're listening to Watch the Throne. I mean, this.
It's kind of like, do you remember the SpongeBob SquarePants episode where SpongeBob comes out of the middle of a talent show to mop the floor, as we see
It's just like that. Here's a SpongeBob on the sideline, also on his phone, checking Instagram, maybe switching apps now. Oh man, is it? Hope no one falls down. I have to sweep again.
During the Great Depression, Elliot, Jacob Reese, a photojournalist, published "How the Other Side Lives." This is your JumboCast installment of How the Other Side Sweeps.
Oh yeah.
An in-depth look at the lives of the most vital part of Tufts women's basketball.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's the extras, Charlie. It's the little things. Without these guys and their I won't say it's hard work, but without their work, game wouldn't be possible. So thanks to them, thanks to the guys working the table.
Very
the refs.
true. Martinson to Wu there. Wu over back to Martinson. And again back to Wu.
Emmanuel playing zone here. It's a little tough to pressure when you're back in a zone.
That's Martinson. Martinson for 2, nothing going. Higgins with the rebound. It's Higgins. That was up to Van Lanschloot, if I pronounce that correctly.
I'm positive that we are not pronouncing it correctly, Charlie. Van Lanschloot is how I'm gonna say it, and no one's gonna tell me otherwise.
And there's Van Lanschloot again, out to Higgins. Higgins to the basket. Higgins with 2 more points.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, you can tell she's a natural player, just a tough game here against a tough defense.
And she gets that steal there, but Wu getting the loose ball, collecting it and passing it over to Josie Lee. It's Wu from 3.
Get in there.
Nothing but net.
Get in there, Charlie.
And I believe that was actually a 2-pointer. She was just inside the line, so she'll be a bit unhappy about that.
Buzzkill from the referee there. Did look like a 2. Did look like her foot was on the line.
Some sheepish looks from Michelle Wu.
Yeah, the referee making sure to keep a damper on this party here.
And we're in the final minute here of this game. That's out to Roth. Roth from 3. And that'll hit off the front part of the rim. Josie Lee on the rebound, and she'll, in a weird sort of dervish, it'll go out of bounds.
Little spin move there. Trying to disorient her opponent.
Doesn't always come off.
Worked there, though.
So Lee will take this 38.5 seconds, a 16-point
Try to get a
lead for the
5-second call
Jumbos.
here.
And that will tip off number 32, Christine Miller, the freshman from Manchester, Maine, who has entered the game. And her opposite number, Martinson, will take this inbound. But a timeout will be called.
Tufts calls a 30-second timeout.
Berube calling a timeout there, maybe to get her team back to a better position on the court.
Carla Berube's a veteran coach. She wants to make sure this plays done properly. But in the background, Charlie, Otis, Kanye West, Jay-Z. I know you like this song. Little Otis Redding sample. You like Otis Redding?
I like Otis Redding.
Was
I
he
haven't listened to much of his stuff, but
Oh, you haven't? All right.
no. I'm sorry, my music tastes aren't.
Well, you mentioned the
living
80s.
up to
What kind of 80s music do you wish they were playing in Cousins Gym right now?
I would love some Elvis Costello right now. He has some
Elvis
more relaxed
Costello.
stuff that would work really well in
Interesting.
a lull of a game like this, right as it's winding down. Perhaps
right.
Indoor Fireworks or Allison.
Those are good tracks.
There's Gina Doyle with the ball. Out to Michelle Wu.
Interesting how by taking the timeout, Tufts moves the ball over the half-court line.
Yeah, a strategic move there from Carla Berube, perhaps.
Trying to save face here at the end of the game.
And that's a shot from Bloom. Nothing going on that three-point attempt. No more shot clock. Josie Lee with the ball.
That should do it.
Wu will just wind the time down here. And this game, as it stands now, will end 57-41 in favor of the Tufts Jumbos, the number 9 team of the team in the nation.
You know, a valiant effort from both sides here today. See Andy Yosinoff going over to greet Carla Berube. He's got the jacket on now. He's in cool-down mode here. His Emmanuel Saints put up a valiant effort against Tufts, but it's always tough playing on the road here. And but congrats to both these teams, and especially the Tufts Jumbos, who put in an excellent effort
Very
defensively,
true.
offensively, and our special Tufts JumboCast thanks. And congratulations to Michaela North for scoring her 1,000th point. That was a special moment to be here for, Charlie.
That's very true. And so an easy win for Tufts in the end, 57-41 over the Emmanuel Saints. The Jumbos proving that they are holier than thou being the Saints. So we'd like you to join us again, I believe, on Saturday. We have another game coming up for you, some men's basketball. And we have a little sign down here of 1,000 points for Michaela North. So
Yeah,
if we could,
let's get
a camera on that.
That's a special moment. 1,000 points for Michaela North today. And these fans, they come to every game, I'm sure. And it's great to see a hometown player like Michaela North be able to have such a lovely Tufts career. I'm sure on the court and in the classroom. These Tufts players, they are student athletes, Charlie, as we are.
Yes.
You know, maybe intramural sports, but nevertheless.
And once again, the final score, 57 to Tufts, 41 to Emmanuel. I've been Charlie Driver here in Cousins Gymnasium in Medford, Massachusetts with Elliot Cobb. We'd like to thank you for tuning in on this Tuesday night for a game of basketball. And we hope you'll join us again. I believe we have a men's game coming up at 2 o'clock this Saturday here from Cousins Gymnasium.
Everyone go listen to Elvis Costello. Those 2 tracks Charlie mentioned, very good. So everyone, why don't you go home and do that? Thank you, folks.
All right, have a nice night. Thanks for tuning in.